Mummified aliens discovered in Nazca tomb were alive at one time. This is what a scientist claims. Scientists working on a project to prove that our ancient ancestors may have been visited by aliens have made the world-changing claims in a video. Recently, claims emerged several bizarre mummified so-called alien bodies were found in a remote tomb in Nazca, Peru. Mainstream scientists and archaeologists branded it a sick hoax, saying the bodies had been created using genuine mummified human remains from the area that had been dug up by grave robbers. However, a team of researchers and scientists working with conspiracy theory website Gaia.com have continued to examine the corpses and claim they have now proved they are not reconstructed hoaxes and the creatures once walked the earth as they appear. The most bizarre mummies are 3 short humanoids said to have reptilian skin, alien-like heads, and 3 fingers and toes. Dr. Raimundo Salas Alfaro, a Peruvian radiologist who is part of the team, has put his reputation on the line to say they were once alive after looking at CAT scan results. He said each of 3 small specimens has been analyzed and bone density belonged to that of a living being. He said, the preservation is amazing. It is really surprising, especially the bone parts of these small creatures. You see that the base of the skull has its own characteristics. We can scientifically prove the skull of these creatures have a cranial cavity similar to humans, but they have some strong differences. He said, look, the cranial vault and part of the brain, this is the base of the skull of this specimen. This is the neck and the backbones. These are the collarbones and the thoracic cavity. Here, another image, you see the soft tissue, a big surprise about these small creatures. Of course, they have existed. This is not fake, he said. Another scientist who's part of the team making bold claims is Dr. Konstantin Korotkov, Deputy Director of St. Petersburg Federal Research Institute of Physical Culture in Russia. He looked at a larger mummy with a strange head and 3 fingers and toes and has been named, that mummy has been named Maria. The expert said, in our research with Maria, we have had several steps. The first step was to prove it was real and not plastic and not paper. Next, that it was ancient. We did carbon dating and did an analysis on the structure of the body. The CAT scan has proven it was a real body. What about the 3 fingers and 3 toes? Maybe this is not real and is attached somehow. However, he said tests show the hands and feet share the same chemical composition, the same DNA, and were the same age. And he added, there is no doubt the 3 fingers and 3 toes belong to this body. So it was proven that it is real. Dr. Korotkov is no stranger to the fringes of science and claims to have previously photographed a soul leaving a human body. Turning to Maria, Dr. Salas Alfaro said, we are scientifically proving that this is a real body that was once alive. Jamie Maussan, a Mexican journalist on the team, described what was discovered as world-changing. He said, we can prove we have 2 different types of beings, one human-sized and virtually the same except the head, hands, and feet, and the other completely different, more like a reptile. We have reptile-like skin. We will take new CAT scans and x-rays to find out the reality of this finding. He said, if they can be proven to be real, we have 6 bodies of the same kind, enough evidence to consider this case real. Most people believe the mummies have been hoaxed. Initial DNA tests found them to be 100% human, according to a report from Paleo DNA Laboratory at Lakehead University, Ontario, Canada, now available online. It said the evidence suggests the source of DNA from the biological material from the cranial brain and the bone extracted from the hand belongs to Homo sapiens, that is, humans. The bodies were carbon dated to between 245 to 410 AD, but genuine scientists believe they have been created to look like aliens using the grave robber mummified remains of anciently buried humans. The organizers of the 9th Annual World Congress on Mummy Studies, which took place in Lima, Peru, recently issued an angry call on Facebook for an official inquiry into whether archaeological crimes have been committed. The Congress brings together world experts in mummies and skeletons in a new location each year. Under the heading, The Fraud of Extraterrestrial Mummies, translated from Spanish, the Congress said it believed real human mummified remains had been mutated and rearranged to create bogus alien-looking creatures. Commenting on the DNA results, British UFO investigator Nigel Watson said, "It shows it has a male human skull and hands, another fake bites the dust," he said. This is by John Austin, Express UK, on Bended Reality. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.